Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. Today we are taking a look at SUI, and I'm going to show you why, in my opinion, this is a terrible investment for the next cycle. Now, before you get all upset and start hating on me, don't shoot the messenger. Keep an open mind. Just take a look at the data that I'm going to show you and then decide for yourself. I don't want you to follow another influencer who tells you one thing and doesn't actually know what's going on with this coin. So I'm going to talk about it strictly from a technical standpoint. Okay, I don't care about the fundamentals. I'm going to show you from a technical standpoint while this coin most likely cannot possibly return to a new all-time high. Okay, probably not even a golden pocket Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so just stay tuned. If you like the video, if you find it informative, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join us in the Discord. Right now we have free VIP Discord. Join us. We give our trade setups in advance, altcoin trades, all the info you could possibly want. Let's dive in. So we are looking at SUI on the Bitstamp chart on the 1 week time frame, and all you see from influencers are them talking about how bullish this is. It is bullish uptrend. The entire thing just bullish. And I get it. It does look bullish. You're setting higher highs and higher lows the entire way since the release of the coin. Okay. You set an all-time high here of about $5.36 in January of 2025, and then we've kind of entered a bear market, and they're expecting new all-time highs in the next cycle. I mean, worst case scenario, they're calling for golden pocket retracement somewhere in the area of $4, and I'm going to show you why I just don't think that's possible. What they're not taking into consideration, and you can do this for any asset in the world, whether it's a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, altcoin, any asset, anything, Google, you name it, anything that has shares or coins or a circulating supply and a market cap, you can do this on. What you need to do is determine your market cap and circulating supply. And specifically for altcoins, you have unlock schedules for many of these in which the circulating supply or more coins are dumped onto the market periodically. Okay. Now I've done all this for you, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So what you want to do is go find your all-time high for SUI, and then go take a look at coinmarketcap.com. You can go to coinmarketcap.com. Up here, you would type in your coin that you want to see, and we're looking at SUI. So you type in SUI, and it pulls up the SUI information. This is the tokenomics, okay? And right here, you have price and market cap that's displayed in this graph. I'm going to click on market cap. Right now, SUI has a circulating supply of 4 billion SUI coins, right? 4 billion token. Total supply is 10 billion, which means there's still 60%, 6 billion coins that will enter the market at some point, and then you're just looking at a simple law of supply and demand. You'll have more coins, which means you have to have more money enter that asset for it to do what it previously did. So what I would do is I would go look at the all-time high, and I would jot down the market cap at the all-time high, which for SUI was in January of 25 was 14.4 billion, okay? And then I'm going to go to my chart, and I'm going to mark that out. And I've done this already, so I'm just going to turn these on. You can see the market cap here in January of 2025 was 14.4 billion. How you calculate circulating supply is you take circulating supply equals market cap divided by price. So let's bring that up here. And you can go look at SUI's white paper and things like that and see their token unlock. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But we're going to go 14.4, that's billion, divided by 536. So again, that's market cap divided by price. That gives you 2.68 billion coins at the time you set the all-time high. Okay, so we rounded up 2.7 billion coins in circulation when you set that high. Okay, now let's come look at market cap in just July of 2025. So 6 months later, okay? 6 months later, price went to $4.50. Circulating supply went to 14.1 billion. Pretty much the same circulating market cap, as you had at all-time high. Same market cap, but your circulating supply had increased by 400 million coins. So you're at 3.1 billion, okay? So even though market cap went to pretty much the same, you came significantly less in your price, right? You went from 536 all the way down here. You're almost 20% less in price, even though your market cap was about the same. Now, Let's fast forward to current price. We're right here in the middle of May, and I did this a couple weeks ago, but we're right here in the middle of May of 2026. So about a year later, you now have added 30% to your circulating supply. So you have 4 billion coins in circulation, okay? And if we fast forward out, you can go to tokenomics.com and look up your coins. So we're going to look up SUI here, and it's right here at these tabs, tokenomics, unlock, revenue, things like that. You're going to go to the unlock schedule because we already know, remember, we know that SUI has a 10 billion total supply, but only 4 billion are on the market. So I want to know when the rest of these coins are coming to the market, okay? And if you'll go look, every single month, SUI has tokens unlocked on the 3rd of every single month, and they have for the last year or so. And I'm going to click on one of these. Get ready for a flashbang. It's going to be really bright here, okay? We're going to click on one of these and see. I'm going to click on one. Here we go. And it'll tell you how many coins are released. You have 30.4 million coins released every single month for SUI. 30.4. And this goes on for years and years and years. Now, if you'll follow this all the way out, you can follow this all the way out. I'm not going to go through all of these, but by the time we are projecting a next cycle top, if the 4-year cycle is going to stay in play, that's Q4 of 2029, SUI will have 9 billion coins in circulating supply. 9 billion compared to all-time high in January 25, where you had 2.7. That is 3.3 times as many coins in circulation, which means your market cap has to do 3.3 times more market cap just to equal previous all-time high. A lot of coins already have their full circulating supply out there, so they just simply have to match their previous market cap to get to all-time high. Not SUI. SUI will have 9 billion, so it will have to triple that. So to reach an all-time high of 536, just do 3.3 times more. That means your market cap on SUI will have to go to $47 billion. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but SUI is not going to do a $47 billion market cap. It's just not going to happen. If SUI does match, which is common for coins to do, match their market cap all-time high, not price all-time high, but market cap. If it matches its market cap all-time high, which actually last cycle, many coins didn't. Of course, altcoins massively underperform, but many coins didn't even match their market cap. But if SUI is able to do that with 9 billion coins at 14.4 billion market cap, your price will be $1.60, okay? Not 536 at all-time high. You'll be $1.60, okay? So matching market cap all-time high will produce you a price next cycle of $1.60, okay? The reason Fibonacci levels don't work, Fibonacci's only work on assets that have a constant circulating supply because it's going to assume that it's going to go back to this price with the same parameters that you had here, the same parameters being your circulating supply. But if your circulating supply is not the same, then you cannot have a Fibonacci retracement to these levels, okay? Because you're being diluted. It's called market dilution. You're being diluted with volume of coins, supply added to the market every single month in SUI's case. So be aware, nobody is showing this. Nobody's talking about this. Everybody's just hyping up SUI. Oh, it looks super bullish, and it does. But price is going to be fighting an uphill battle. Even if it does get sort of bullish, it's going to get knocked down every single month by a release of 30 million coins every single month, and it's just going to struggle because it's going to take more money to come into the asset in order to just push it up to $1.60, the previous market cap all-time high. So it's not that it's not a good coin. It's not that the fundamentals aren't good. I don't even know about the fundamentals, but I know the technicals are not good for SUI, and it will massively underperform what you think. It'll actually probably perform really well market cap wise. The problem is you're just going to have 9 billion coins in circulation. So even with a matching market cap, you're just not going to get your return, your USD value return on this. So lots of coins are that way. If you want to know coins that aren't, join us in the Discord. I give coins. I go through. I do this. I show these. I give them to my audience. So again, go ahead and like the video. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And let me know if you have any questions. I will be happy to look at your altcoin. And other than that, I will see you next time.